Hello racing friends, welcome back to the channel, Racing from Home. You heard that well? Back, because it's been a while. So first of all, let me apologize for not uploading so much. It's mainly due to work and family. But I'm back, that's the most important thing. And I'm having fun also, doing it. I have some holidays, I hope you have holidays as well. Or at least spend some time with your family and friends and enjoy some food and drinks over the Christmas period. So without any further ado, let's get back to racing. Forza Motorsport, update number 15. They added Mount Panorama, Bathurst. I was never really a fan of Bathurst, but since this new update I am actually. In the previous Forzas, the physics and the wheel feel was very poor. But with the new Forza Motorsport, or at least Forza Motorsport 2023, it feels a lot better. Almost feels like it's being built from the ground up. Small joke of course, but I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm driving in this video, I'm driving with the Holden Commodore, which is really nice, from 1991. And let's get to the video. Bye! Update 15 was released on December 9, 2024. It's all about Australia. So Australia Month, celebrating Australian racing heritage with the introduction of the Australia Tour in career mode, which you are seeing now. We are racing on the new track, Mount Panorama Circuit, also known for hosting the Bathurst 1000. I'm glad that they have finally added to the game. It also looks very nice and detailed. And it drives great with all the bumps and elevation that is in real life as well. Almost looks like it's built from the ground up. I'm driving the 1991 Holden Commodore VP, and that had a notable presence in Australian racing, particularly in the context of touring car racing. Some key points about the racing history and performance of the 1991 Commodore VP. Yet different kind of racing variants. The VP series was not the primary focus for racing homologation like some previous Commodores, for example the VN for Group A racing, but it did see action in various racing formats. The HSV, also known as Holden Special Vehicles, versions like the Club Sport and SV91 were built with performance in mind, though not specifically for homologation. In the Australian Touring Car Championship and Bathurst 1000, in the 1991 season, the VP wasn't directly raced in the ATCC in 1991, as the VN was still primary model for Holden teams. However, the transition to the VP was imminent. In the 1992 Bathurst 1000, the VP Commodore was used by some privateers, but teams like Holden Racing Team, HRT, and Perkins Engineering primarily raced the VN models for the established Group A setups. However, the VP models started to appear in subsequent endurance races. So how does the performance is looking like? For racing, the V8 engines in these cars were often tuned beyond their road-going specs. Race-prepared VP Commodores could see engines with power outputs significantly higher than the stock 165 kW, with modifications including better engine management, exhaust systems, and sometimes even larger or stroked engines. Also upgraded suspension, brakes and aerodynamics, those were also heavily modified for racing, focusing on handling, durability and downforce. So is there any racing success then? While the VP didn't have as storied as racing history as some other Commodores, due to its timing in the transition from Group A to V8 supercars, it did contribute to the ongoing success of Holden and Australian motorsport. The VP was part of the evolution of Holden racing lineage, with teams using it to refine setups for the upcoming VR model, which would become very successful in racing. The VP, like its predecessors, helped cement the Commodore's reputation in Australian racing, contributing the V8 supercars culture, which became a significant part of Australian motorsport identity. While the 1991 Commodore VP wasn't a groundbreaking model in terms of racing homologation, it played a role in the continuity of Holden racing program, especially as teams transitioned from the VN series into an era where rules and racing formats were changing. It's great to see that Turn 10 listened to the community and added Bathurst back into the game, especially when this was in previous Forza Motorsports as well. So when Forza Motorsport 2023 released, it was a bit disappointing to see Bathurst was not in. But with all the time that they spent, it seems like they really hit the nail on the head on this track. It looks absolutely fabulous. It's nice looking when it's daytime, especially when there's some clouds in the sky. The lighting looks fabulous. But also at nighttime with this race, it looks incredible. What I don't like though is that you have the lights next to the track. Please Turn 10, give us the option to have those on or off, so we can decide whatever we want. I just want to use it and have the track as authentic as possible. So please remove the lights next to the track or just give us an option. So what do we know from Bathurst? Well, it's in New South Wales in Australia. The length is approximately 6.213 kilometers long. The laps per race, that varies by event, but for Bathurst 1000 it's typically 161 laps, making it one of the longest races in the world for this format. It has typical characteristics like elevation changes, those that it has been known for, with the highest point skyline at 862 meters above sea level. The circuit has a total of elevation change of 174 meters. So which are some famous corners? Conrod Straight, the longest straight on the track, leading into the famous Conrod Straight, where cars can reach speeds over 300 km per hour, just before braking for the chase. The Cutting, a sharp downhill left header that leads into the climb to the top of the mountain. The Dipper, a fast sweeping left-hander just before the start-finish line. The S's, a series of corners ascending to the top of the mountain. Forest Elbow, a hairpin turn at the top of the circuit. The Chase, like I mentioned before, added in 1987 to slow down cars entering the pit straight, making the final corner more challenging. So what are the major events at Bathurst? Well, like I said before, Bathurst 1000, but also Bathurst 12 Hours, a GT endurance race held in February featuring international GT3 cars and teams. Are there any other events? Yes, the circuit also hosts various other races, including motorcycle events like the Bathurst 6 Hours, and occasionally international events. Mount Panorama also has a cultural impact. It's not just a racetrack being a cultural icon in Australia, but also known for its challenging nature, beautiful views and the passionate fan base that descends upon Bathurst each year for racing events. What is also really nice, unlike many other circuits, Mount Panorama is open to the public as a public road most of the year, allowing drivers to experience the track outside of racing events. However, this also means the road surface can be quite varied due to regular race use. Well, this was the video about update number 15 on Forza Motorsport and Bathurst. I really like it so far. I really cannot stop playing Forza Motorsport lately, so I'm fully back in the game. Let me know in the comments what you think. Please like and subscribe, and I see you on the next video. Racing from home.